a stream here. I think we have our people playing right here. We are following an under 2000 match in the Bughouse World Championship. Stormberry247 and Baokang versus Kildraon and sriramprasad1999. I'm looking for co-commentators. I'm in the house party channel. Okay. So, it looks like this is the first game, and I believe in the under 2000 section it is first to 6 wins, but you have to win by 2. He's taken with king, so he doesn't just hang this rook here. Or hang both rooks, probably. So it looks like Kildraon is 1700, while the rest of these guys are 1500. So we expect Kildraon to do the best just by raiding. A knight would fork these. Looks like his partner is going for a knight. He's going to gain some time with a bishop check here. But this knight is very good if his partner can get it for him. They are up about 4 seconds. He's going to continue going. He's going to win this bishop instead. So he still has this threat. I don't know if Stormberry is going to fix it or not. It does look like he's got the knight. Now the threat is here. He's just going to trade off. Really, I think he should have taken the knight there. Okay, he's taking it now. Okay, so his partner has a pretty good attack here. I think bishop here was a little more forcing. This is still quite good though. Knight check, pawn in, win the queen, keep the attack going. For Kildraon, a knight plus pawn would be good. Or even knight at f4 is good too. That threatens his queen. It doesn't really threaten his king. Probably ignore that threat. I would play probably knight at f4 here. His knight can take this way. He can pawn check here. Or bishop check, queen takes, knight takes, and he can take back. He's just going to save his queen. Keep this threat for later. So he took with pawn rather than queen, so there wasn't a possible knight fork later. This just hangs a knight, so I don't know what that's about. Doesn't make a threat either. It does look like sriramprasad let go of checks for some reason. I didn't quite see what happened there. Now a queen would mate him. Partner has to hold a queen. But Kildraon probably has checkmate here. Okay, so if he was able to give a queen, queen takes knight would have been a good move there. Because he can't take back, or queen check, pawn here would mate. He's just doing it the slow way, collecting more pieces. He still has all these threats. Pawn at d2 is quite good, or knight in. And his partner is mated. I think they accidentally went into the random pool. But now they're back at the scheduled match. The score is 1-0, favoring Kildraon and sriramprasad1999. So black has tempoed this bishop a little bit. Now pawns could potentially, before this knight move, pawn there would have been good. They're just making normal development moves. They've both got their king's bishop out, which means that Saxon will not work so well. Although this is a dark squared weakness on g3. which makes this sack kind of worth it. What he's trying to do instead is make this knight move so that he can sack and then play knight takes pawn. And then that's not really a sack because it's 2 pawns for a piece. And he can do that right now. He's choosing to take the pawn first, but I think he should have sacked the bishop first. So this bishop guards here so that white can't just drop a pawn and win the queen. He's castling, and he is protected against the sack. That's why it was better to sack first rather than take this pawn first, because white can protect and did. It looks like Kildraon is going to win some things. Actually, that's fine because he can pin the queen. So this knight isn't really hanging. Even with pawn here, he can play bishop takes first. I play bishop takes first. He can't take with a pawn first because then pawn check here would win stuff. So bishop takes first is best. Sriramprasad is on the run. Is that mate? Knight here looks like just mate in 1. So I don't know why he's not playing it. Maybe he thinks he needs another knight. Yeah, juice bold. Yeah, that's mate in 1. He found it. So the score is now 1-1. We have our next match. And Kildraon is under 1700 now because of that loss. So I'm in the House Party channel. If anyone wants to join me in commentary, always welcome more commentators. There is another match going on, I believe, in the open section, but I didn't know about that one until it was already like 2 games in. So I like to follow the matches from the start. So I don't like h3 here. It creates a dark squared weakness, which can be exploited. If he sacks, then, I mean, pawns can just wreck him. This is a good move, though. It gives his king some luft. Now a pawn could win a piece. Kildraon seems to be playing this pretty tight. That probably wins a pawn. Oh, but his opponent sacked, so he won a knight. And he could just interpose something. Probably on f6. He's going to trade the queens. Yeah, I guess he feels his partner is safe enough. He should take back with pawn if they trade the queens so that he can still take this pawn with the knight. Given that a queen trade is on... Oh, now a knight... actually, knight guards here, so that's not even a thing. So a rook would be good. He's not going to get a rook, but that's something to look out for. He could play... If you got a bishop, he could play bishop here to try to make this knight move so that the knight check worked. But really, he's just wasting time because he's down time. He's not going to get what he wants. Kildraon is feeding his partner moves. There's a lot of moves in the chat. Bishop c4, bishop e2, bishop d2, queen d2, c6. So he's feeding his partner a lot of moves. Sriramprasad says, do I trade? And Kildraon says he can trade. And suggested it pawn at e3. So they are up about 10 or 15 seconds. Oh yeah, no worries, Juice Bold. Thanks for watching. Kildraon is doing a king walk here. A little bit dangerous. A knight or a rook would be really dangerous. If you really wanted to get adventurous, you could go eat this rook. That's what I would do, as long as there's no knight coming in to defend. This is actually looking quite bad for him. Now, yeah. That's real close to... That is mate. Oh, he shouldn't have wasted the knight. Actually, knight here is going to be mate. Knight there, then pawn in. So Stormberry already has enough to mate. Kildraon has to sit. Oh, but he didn't sit. I guess he had no faith in his partner. His partner actually had a quite a good attack, though. I think he should have sat before mating one. Hey, Justif, is this going okay? I'm looking for co-commentators if anyone wants to jump in. We are looking at a game in the under 2000 section of the Baokang World Championship. First to 6 games is going to win this match. The score is now 2-1, favoring Stormberry and Baokang, who are the underdogs by rating. That's okay, you can point out chess moves. I think he's fought a lot of tactics. Okay, I'm not sure why Stormberry is waiting. He really needs to roll up moves since he's down time. That move is quite reasonable. Kildraon wants a pawn. I'm not sure what he wants the pawn for. Maybe for h6, maybe for d3.
Hey, Chuck.
Hey, let's see, who do we have here? Hey, Cole. How you doing, Cole? Cole, can you hear me?
So you're watching a bunch of players different than usual play Bughouse.
Yeah, this is the Bughouse World Championship, and we're looking at the under 2000 section right now. So,
I didn't know they started that.
They did start it. Yeah, registration was over as of the end of October, and matches started November 3rd. And there are places where they are scheduled. The schedule I'm looking at, I'm going to put the link to the schedule in the chat. And I'll put a link to the ladder too. I'll put the under 2000 ladder. Yeah, so this is a first round match. Oh, he hung g7. So Kildraon is up about 30 seconds, has quite a good position. Sriramprasad, or Amprasad, I guess, is
So
doing
you
quite
have the
good too.
same partner for the entire tournament?
They do. They have the same partner the entire tournament. It is single elimination.
Oh man, I kind of wish I was on it.
But yeah, you gotta watch out for those opportunities. I'm sure they'll have another one though in the future. Hey, Incredible Bunder, thanks for watching. So a knight would win this queen.
2000 player.
Say that again.
I was just asking, what's the highest rated under 2000 player?
I don't know. My intuitive guess would be 1999, but I don't know for sure who has those ratings. I guess we could look it up. There is actually, I have a link for registrations too. Okay, so I'm gonna put my fact checkers, which is me, on that. It looks like the top seed in the under 2000 is Truce Baldalzi, who has a rating of 2055. The reason for a rating that's higher, I guess, is I don't know why actually. How can you have a rating over 2000? I think they average. I thought they averaged the current rating with the highest rating, like the highest rating ever. I think it's like average rating over a 6-month moving average or something like that. So maybe he's higher now than he was 6 months ago, and somehow that let him sneak through.
Okay. Let's see here.
So Kildraon is still on the attack. He just won a pawn there because he can play queen takes bishop. Oh, checkmate, even better. Fair enough. And again, they accidentally went into the random pool. By the way, they seem to be playing 3-minute games. I thought these games were supposed to be 2-minute, but I might be wrong about that. It might be the case that it's 2 minutes for the open section and 3 minutes for the under 2000. I'm not sure about that. I think everyone is used to playing 3 minutes, so some of them might not even know how to change the times. Yeah, so this is a good pin. It limits Kildraon's options. Well, I don't like taking that though. I like leaving the tension and just rolling out more moves. So Kildraon is sort of limited in what he can do. Cole would like better weather. What's the weather like where you are? Are you just talking cold or what?
Today wasn't that bad, but like the previous week and the week before that, it was like down 40s, low 30s.
Okay. We're
So
talking
like
Fahrenheit, I assume?
now it's not that bad. But yeah, I'm not a fan
I
of
think Incredible
cold
Blunder is
weather.
about to flex his Hawaii weather for you. Okay, so but Baokang should have mate here. Many different ways. I think he could have just taken this pawn and just got in on the dark squares. He's actually making it a little harder for himself. He still should take this pawn.
A knight would look great for Stormberry.
Yeah, Stormberry just needs to live though, and hopefully he realizes that. So there's still mate here, although he's wiggling out a little bit. Bishop at f4 is probably the best move. Now he's going to let him wiggle out. If he gets down here, he's to c1, then he's going to have to play pawn at b2. He still has the bishop check possibility. I would play bishop at f4, bishop take. Yeah, the pawn isn't as good because he doesn't have to take that. He can go down. And now he's running out of options. I guess bishop at b2 is the thing to do. And because of time, this is actually a win. Kildraon just needs to get his partner to sit, and he has spammed stall, 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 stall in the chat. And then he put the mate symbol. All his partner has to do is not move. And this is an easy win. Bishop check, bishop takes pawn. The pawn check works too. Knight. Yep, that's mate. And that was a thrown game from Baokang, because Baokang, or however it's pronounced, he had an easy win and he let his opponent wiggle out because he never did the bishop check. Hey, Big Thingy, thanks for watching. So Cole, are you watching the game right now?
Yeah, well, I'm actually watching it through your channel. I need to probably get the.
Yeah, you should probably pull up the game on chess.com.
Do that. Yeah. Where is that game? Let's see here. Which one is it?
So what you can do is click the binoculars and then click variants from the drop down and then scroll all the way down and look for 1400s playing. And you'll see Stormberry, Baokang.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Kildraon.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get their names. Let's see. That's not it. Oh, there's it.
So Baokang had a problem where his opponent could have sacked on f2, so he is blocking that off so the queen sack doesn't work. But this is a problem of his own creation because he never developed his king bishop.
Yeah, there's a lot of undeveloped pieces on Baokang's board. His whole left side's undeveloped.
Yeah. I guess he's probably going to look for the fianchetto and the bishop battery, but he really should be trying to develop all of these pieces.
Let's see here.
Okay, so Kildraon is trying to attack on. Ooh, queen takes was much better there. He could have made like a bunch of threats. Okay, so Kildraon is actually up 35 seconds. So he can get enough to mate here easily. I think he should have put that bishop on the other side. Just to like win the queen. He should have his... Oh, okay. Well, that's just mate. It's very, very hard for Stormberry to live through this. Yeah, he's just given up 2 queens. Actually, I guess 1 pawn mates for his partner. Baokang is waiting for 1 pawn. But pawn at f7 is mate. But Kildraon is up 40 seconds. Hopefully he knows to sit. Now he's saying in chat, I'll let you cover. But that was a little risky. So I guess that's why Stormberry was sacking 2 queens. He was hoping to get a pawn for his partner. This knight move doesn't really work. I guess he's hoping to take the rook and
then... I think he wants the rook to give to his partner to try to get the bishop or something.
I think Baokang was just trying to make a move, and it's a reasonable move, given that he's down 40 seconds. The idea is
I don't understand why is Sriram.
They are double sitting now because he doesn't know how to defend, and that's why this was a decent move.
Well, his partner's been saying knight e6.
Yeah, that's not really a legal move. Okay, there's the pawn. He got it. Now he has mate. Pawn check, rook in. That's checkmate.
Yep.
A big thingy. This is Bughouse, which is a chess variant played by 4 players in teams of 2. I'm gonna put the rules in the chat there.
Oh, he meant knight d6. I must have mistyped.
Okay. So they actually went to the random pool, so now they're gonna have to match each other manually again.
Now, are they allowed voice, or is this?
Yeah, they're allowed voice. They're allowed voice. The score is now 3-3. It's all tied up. If we get to a situation where it's like 6-6, then we would go into like an overtime situation.
Oh, is it best of 10?
It's like the first to 6 wins, but they have to win by 2. So
okay.
So oh wow! So we saw a sack on the sriramprasad board, and now this piece is mate. Like a bishop is quite good, or a knight for f4. So yeah, pieces are really good.
Knight would be good.
I think he should even pawn check to draw out the king. I would pawn check here, and then after the king takes the pawn, he can decide whether he wants to keep attacking or whether he wants to switch to just winning pieces. As with the king out, he could play knight f7 to fork these pieces. And I mean, another option is just pushing g4. Okay, now he can do the fork. Yeah, that's even better. Checkmate. Can't argue with that. I'm always looking for free pieces, never for the mates. Okay, they went into the random pool accidentally again. So I think the score is 4-3 now.
Yeah, it's 4-3.
Okay, here we go.
Now I wonder, they're just trying for different openings, because like...
Oh, we see Stormberry is sacking. I don't think that's a good idea. So he is sacking versus the highest rated player, Kildraon, and Kildraon knows how to defend. If they want to sack, it really should be on the other board versus the weaker player.
They might just want to give pieces to the lower rated boards so he has something to work with.
Yeah, but in the process, I mean, Stormberry hasn't developed any of his pieces. Doesn't really have an attack, and I mean, unless he gets a queen, that's not really going to happen. I mean, and they're down a bunch of time. They're down 10 seconds. He's about to lose another pawn with knight takes pawn here. It was just a
I'd just
bad
move my
idea
D pawn and
to
take the
attack
knight.
Kildraon so early there.
Okay, that was a weird.
Oh, and he created a weakness on f7. Yeah, he just Stormberry is like losing a pawn every move. Not only that, pawn at b2 and promoting is going to be pretty good for Kildraon. And he probably wants to get this knight out of the way first, but Kildraon is just crushing here. And it's not because he's played particularly good moves. Like, all of his moves were sort of automatic defensive moves. Now he's going to try to get these pieces on the board. He can just take that. His bishop covers. He's totally fine. Yeah, he's going for the promotion now. He could just tell his partner to sit. He's up 30, well, he's up 25 seconds. He can take that. That's free too. He's not as greedy as I would be. Now he's getting himself in some trouble. Now, like, a few pawns would mate him. But he's telling his partner to sit.
Bishops cover.
Yeah, no, it does. It covers for now. His partner is listening though, so that's good. All his partner has to do is never move, and Kildraon has an easy win, as this promotion cannot be stopped, assuming Stormberry gets no pieces, and it's just going to be game over with an extra queen on the board. Big thing he asks, are you teammates usually randoms or your friends? So you can play with random teammates. I prefer to play with friends. I prefer to play on a voice call. It's a lot easier on a voice call. Look how many pieces Kildraon is up. So they both have a knight, but he's up 2 rooks and 2 bishops and a bunch of pawns, and he's going to promote another pawn. This is what happens when white indiscriminately sacks and loses a pawn or a piece like every move. Yeah, so queen takes. That's going to be mate.
There's a plus 27 on the board.
Yeah. And big thingy, usually I would be playing, but right now I'm just watching and commentating. This is a Baokang World Championship match.
Oh, I see it now. They're gonna play UK the Goat and Florence Girl. Okay. Whoever wins this.
Okay, he can't take that. So now another knight would win for Baokang, but he's just gonna take pieces while he waits for the knight. He can't take that, or a knight here would mate. And now he can just play bishop takes bishop, or he can retreat the bishop. He's going for the knight instead. Don't know. I don't think I like that. We're gonna see a sack here? Probably not. I think he should just develop, honestly, like knight here, rook over, or something like that.
Why did he move to E1? I don't know. Get that. Yeah.
So
pawn or bishop would be great for Stormberry.
So this was a reasonable strategy though for Stormberry to trade the queens, because his partner is on the attack. So I think the queen trade benefited their team on the weaker board, because sriramprasad is not as good at defending. Kildraon is Vita moves to his partner. He says f3. So it looks like Kildraon is about to win a free rook. Also, bishop takes pawn is reasonable. Pawn takes, knight takes. So that's an even trade, making the king move. Not only that, it just mates at this point. Well, not anymore, because now this square is defended. But it's still a decent move.
Ooh.
Okay, so this is a pin.
King's coming for Kildraon. Queen is coming for him.
Yeah, and the queen would mate if he doesn't defend because of the pin. Queen at d1 would be mate.
I don't think.
And he
Can
does
he
defend.
defend?
Does defend. I still like bishop takes pawn. This is a free pawn. I don't think he'll see it, but he did not see it.
Which board are you looking at for the free pawn?
The Stormberry board, bishop takes f3, pawn takes, then knight takes. Was very good. It's still good. But he's going to get his other rook in play instead. It's still good. Bishop takes f3. So he's sacking pawns to get his rook in play.
Yeah, Kildraon just telling his partner just not to move while he's slowly
Okay, well now
crawling away.
bishop d5 is pretty good. Oh wait, his partner has mate. Is he going to feed him the mate? Or no, maybe. Never mind. The knight covers. It's not mate yet.
Yeah, he can't take the bishop, otherwise he's mated.
I like knight at f5 here. Knight at f5, threatening knight takes g7.
Oh, this would be great if his partner just sits.
Yeah, if his partner just sits, this is mate with no blocker. So
yeah, no blocker.
And he says GG in the chat. So
Yeah,
they're
they
aware of that.
it.
And this is where time matters. The time differential, diagonal clocks matter.
This
so
should be a resign game.
sriramprasad is just going to sit, and Stormberry is going to run out of time before he is. That's game over.
Stormberry should have, in my opinion, just resigned the game on that, since he realized there's no blocker in their downtime.
Okay, so it looks like the score is 5-4. So if the Kildraon team wins, then they win the match. He's got his king's bishop out. That is excellent. It's important to get the king's bishop out so that if they're sacked, the king has luft. And it takes more than diagonals to mate him. So maybe castle or d3 on the
Put a bishop
board.
at I was going to say d5 on Stormberry. Stormberry. Put a bishop at d5 instead of move the pawn up.
Yeah. So Stormberry, maybe he'll sack to get it on the dark squares here. No, I don't really like wasting the bishop drop there. The Stormberry is running out of pieces to drop. So he's retreating rather than giving up material. That's good at least. But Stormberry really needs to develop his knight and his bishop. Kildraon is much better developed. And rather than dropping his pieces on the board, he's trying to make chess moves, make use of his pieces. He can develop this knight, he can castle. Okay, now he's trying to win the queen, I guess, with pawn at d2.
Oh, now, yeah, I was like, Stormberry made a terrible move on that. Now there's a rook mate.
Yeah, a rook mates, although I don't see a rook necessarily coming. He's up 10 seconds. Oh, that's quite a good move. So that's a pin, and if queen takes bishop, which is probably going to happen, then there's going to be knight check, forking and winning the queen.
So luckily that dark square bishop is covering b2. Otherwise, it would have been made already with a knight drop at b2.
I like bishop at f2 here to attack this pawn. And we see it. Kildraon is up 20 seconds, and like a knight is really good for him. Knight mates, but he can continue making moves. Now a rook mates too, knight or rook. He's just gonna win material. So he's decided to keep going. Oh, that's good. He's going to use his existing knight. I really like the way Kildraon is playing this game. He's not waiting for stuff. He's just going to keep rolling. Now you can put a bishop in here, pin the knight. If bishop takes, pawn takes, force the knight to move. Once the knight moves, he's going to have knight takes pawn check.
Ooh, that bishop better take that pawn. The knight better take that pawn. Okay, now yeah.
And Kildraon is just rolling through. He keeps winning pieces, keeps attacking. He can shed the queen here. He's chosen not to. Okay, and he didn't take this because then there'd be a knight fork potentially. And he's just going to keep the initiative. So he could put a bishop or a knight on c3. The other possibility is knight takes pawn and then knight on f4 or the reverse. Okay.
Queen at.
Okay, so now he can even win this bishop. Oh, he's threatening promotion. I like all of this.
I don't get why that rook was played at a4 on Serap's board.
So yeah, that was domination from Kildraon, and I think that's match. That's the score right now is 6-4. So let me.
No,
Let
he
me
misclicked. Okay, that's why. I was, he accidentally gave away the workout.
So let's see. So the final match result was 6-4, favoring. Oh, oops. I guess they're just entering the random pool. Let me see. Now I gotta remember their handles.
So it's Kildraon. They're the 8th one, I believe. The 8th one down.
Yeah.
Sriramprasad1999.
Okay, here. Yeah, so I put it in the chat. And now we need to. Well, let me check the schedule, but I don't think there's any matches coming up. So supposedly at 11 p.m. there's Slowbug Thor the Great versus Anwar and Ajay Balaram, but I think they may have already played. So sometimes people don't follow the actual schedule.
I'm just trying to figure out some of these usernames because some of these I just don't remember. I'm like,
yeah, well,
I know UK to go. I just don't remember who Florence Girl is, and if I've actually played her, I probably have.
A lot of these usernames are unfamiliar to me, especially the under 2000 section. Like I'm familiar with most of the names in the open section, but under 2000, like I guess I don't get to play against them a lot.
I know who Orentizio listens with him quite a bit. Let's see.
All right, so
yeah, some of these just unfamiliar to even me, and I'm 1600.
Okay, so I think we're gonna end the stream and raid someone. Probably raid Luke because he's doing some 4-player chess here. Thank you everyone for watching. And I hope you have a great night. So I'm trying to cover a bunch of these Bughouse World Championship games whenever I'm free. And I'm free, for random hours here and there this weekend. Monday through Friday, this coming week, I'm going to have obligations 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I might miss a lot of games next week. But the weeks after that, I should be fairly free. So I'll try to cover as many of these games as I possibly can. And there are some other streamers who are streaming games too. I think the King Switchers said they're going to start streaming when they have their open section games. So that will be interesting. I'm going to try to connect with them.
King Switchers streaming?
Yeah. So I'm going to try to connect with them to tell them how to set up OBS for streaming. But that should be fun because they have never streamed before. Anyway, thanks everyone for watching. I really appreciate it. I'm going to send you to Luke, E4, and a bunch of other things. I can't really. So it's basically Scholar's Mate is his handle. And he's streaming some 4-player chess. So you should check that out. Have a great night, everyone.